and a crucifix worn by Sharon Shaw.
There was a slight difference in the two written confessions. But all I had to do was offer in evidence the confession I wanted to go with. And if the facts, the outlying facts,
10 weeks after Self's arrest,
Hi,
two
baby.
Harris County Sheriff's deputies checked him out of jail on the pretext of buying him a hamburger. Afterwards, they drove him to places mentioned in the confessions and took pictures of him at each location. It was presented in court as a third confession.
Alexis.
he didn't confess a third time. He went
Hey,
on a ride
Lexi.
with two police officers
Hi,
who
baby
illegally
girl.
checked him out of the jail to drive him around to take pictures to get evidence for a trial.
While Self was awaiting trial, he was visited by Dave Coburn, who was by then
Just don't, when I walked in. And I asked him, he said he didn't do it, and I asked him what had happened. And he had told me about Don Morris threatening him with this billy club and poking him. He pulled out his gun. Yes. Opened it up. Started pulling out 5 bullets, one at a time. When he made that statement to me, I knew what had come down, because a year prior, I witnessed
Oh.
Don Morris taking one shell out of his revolver, hiding.
All three confessions are consistent. I killed the girls. All of them are consistent.
On May 15, 1973, Michael Self was convicted of murder and sentenced to life in prison. 3 years later, the town of Webster was shocked. Don Morris and Tommy Deal were arrested for bank robbery. They were members of a gang of robbers that had been sticking up banks as far back as 1972, 5 months before Michael Self was arrested. In early 1976, Don Morris was sentenced to 55 years. Tommy Deal to 30 years. Both were eventually paroled. Tommy Deal returned to robbing banks and is now back in federal prison. Jerry Bernberg petitioned the court to get Michael Self a new trial. After an extensive evidentiary hearing and just 9 days before oral arguments, the defense got what looked like a gift from heaven.
It's been bugging me for a long time. I just wanted to get it off my chest. It was Sharon Shaw and Renee Johnson. I'm the one who killed them. How did you kill
On
them?
April 2nd, 1980, a man walked into the police station in Taylor Lake, Texas. He told George Carroll and State Prosecutor Douglas O'Brien that he, not Michael
Hey,
Self,
pretty baby.
murdered Rhonda Johnson and Sharon Shaw.
What you used to kill them with? I don't remember exactly.
Douglas O'Brien represented the state when Self appealed his conviction, but now believes Self is innocent.
What'd you do with their bodies after you killed them? I basically got the impression from him that what he wanted to do was to get it off his chest and confess to the fact that he killed the girls, but at the same time not give information which would allow prosecution of him. Where'd you put their bodies, in the water?
I don't know, but decided where the car was. I mean, they didn't want to go through with it on the date, and it was like, I tied them up with this black cord.
Guy was out of his goal.
Alexis. Hi, baby.
I don't know why he came forward. I think he was unbalanced. And it was clearly very
Excuse you.
with some flights to psychosis. But he knew the girls. He lived in the same apartment complex with one of them. And the most important thing of all, he knew about the black cord.
Despite the surprise confession and the credibility created by the criminal activities of Morris and Deal, Michael Self's conviction was upheld.
Isn't that funny?
What's so nothing to tie him to any murders or to even being seen with these girls.
There she is.
Legally speaking, he's innocent, just from a standpoint that, number one, I don't think his confessions were voluntarily entered. Number two, I don't think there's any corroborating evidence concerning those confessions.
He was the type of personality that was easy prey for Don Morris, that was easy prey for Tommy Deal. It's easy prey for bank robbers parading police officers. That's what happened.
crying.
What happened?
Spent more time since Brady last figured out.
Oh, you pushing Daddy away? Pretty girl. Pretty girl. That's a beautiful little girl. What's that?
Stand your up, Paul. Ta-da! Hey, big girl. Hey, big girl. This light just isn't right.
Richard McNair eagerly assisted authorities in presenting crime prevention programs.
Hi, sweetheart.
Richard McNair was
Piggy?
was a
Little piggy?
law
Thank you.
prisoner here at the state pen. He was the editor of the inmate newspaper, very polite to staff, and most people seemed to like him.
Behind his facade of cooperation, McNair was dedicated to breaking out of prison. His first attempt in April of 1991 was a failure, but McNair persisted. On the evening of October 9th, 1992, McNair and two other inmates finally discovered a weak link in the prison's security.
Mr. McNair and the other two individuals who escaped with him at the time were in an education room. They worked their way through the air vent coming into that room and crawled up into a mechanical space where the vents.
Whee!
They then entered a second
Whee!
vent, which leads to the roof area of the institution.
Whee!
The three inmates made their way over a series of rooftops and through several coils of razor wire. Finally, after dropping 15 feet to the ground, they were out of the prison.
As soon as they hit the second roof, they were heard by the officers. They immediately reported it to the captain. Our captain ran out of the institution as the three individuals were running about 50 feet in front of her to the south of the penitentiary. She then radioed for help.
Where are you going?
Within 48 hours,
Where are you going? You gonna...
What are you doing in the bathroom? Did you walk into the bathroom?
I wonder where Holgate got the bus at.
Lexi. Hi. You showing off your earrings? Hmm? Laugh? Lexi, where are you at?
Lexi.
So I have to fix something. There we go. Hi, Lexi. Hi, sweetie. You thought that was real funny before.
She's too busy sucking on her fingers now. Here, go on. Well, you little... What is wrong, Pooh? You believe this?
Hi, baby. Alexis. Hey, Alexis. Hi.
Oh!
So that's why I'm involved.
Says, Mom, what are you doing back there?
Well.
Lexi,
Think about me.
what's Daddy doing to you? Oh, bye, baby. Hi.
The reality of licensing the picket line is now being there's no money coming in, there's no medical insurance, there's a company paying for medical insurance, so they're pretty much up against it. Thanks for mentioning that. Well,
Bring your Pyrenees.
we'll tell you in a minute. Entertainment headlines. Brought to you by Chonette. Nothing is your special stronger than Chonette.
Patty cake, patty cake. Thank you, man. Betsy cake, patty cake. Roll 'em up, throw 'em in the bin.
So good.
Say da 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 da.
So weird. You're home, Molly.
My whole family's on American Online. I like my mom a lot. She has AOL.
I get to share pictures of my sisters.
My brothers are on my buddy list. It's like a community.
I keep in touch with my grandparents.
Keeps us connected. It's the best thing we ever did.
America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. How do you invest to help secure your retirement? You start with your dreams and Edward Jones.
The ride, the luxury car. The 2002 Buick. You got money though.
Hi, baby.
When the alligator attacked,
Hi,
the father
baby.
jumped in the water, grabbed it, and poked it in the eye to free the girl.
The shortage of people controlling traffic in the sky may be coming now. According to a congressional report, almost half of the nation's air traffic controllers are set to retire by 2020. And the General Accounting Office says the FAA isn't doing enough to get ready to replace them. The report will say also that the FAA has to hire another 2,000 controllers just to handle increasing traffic over the next 10 years. President Bush headed to Atlanta today promoting his plan for increasing minority home ownership. He would like to boost that by 5.5 million people before the end of the decade. He plans to achieve it through grants to low-income families and tax credits for developers. The president said while almost 3/4 of whites own their homes, less than half of blacks and Latinos are homeowners. Mr. Bush wants Congress to provide $200 million in grants for low-income families who are first-time home buyers over the next 3 years.
We have an update on a story we told you about a little bit earlier. An air tanker that was fighting a fire on the Nevada state line crashed, and the 3 people on board that plane have died, we're told, according to the sheriff's department there. It happened in Walker, California. A spokesman says that the plane crashed near a building, immediately burst into flames, but was quickly extinguished, and nobody on the ground was hurt. Astronauts aboard the Space Shuttle Endeavour will have to wait at least another day to come home. Strong winds, clouds, thunder showers, and the possibility of hail if it doesn't take that far. NASA will scrap 2 different landing opportunities this afternoon. It may be the same way tomorrow since the forecast calls for more storms. The shuttle will have enough food and supplies on board to stay in space until Thursday. NASA could decide to land Endeavour at the backup site at Edwards Air Force Base in California.
The University of Florida is the new place for space travel. NASA has chosen to lead a $16 million research initiative with the goal of making space flight as routine and inexpensive and safe as commercial air travel is now. The research will focus on the design of spacecraft and systems that would eventually replace NASA's aging shuttle fleet. Still on the subject of transportation, beam me up, Scotty. Teleporting is no longer science fiction. It is a reality. Scientists in Australia announced today they have successfully disembodied a laser beam in one location and rebuilt it in another spot a yard away in only a split second. Researchers say they could do this over a much greater distance if they had to, but before you get too excited, they warn that teleporting humans still is much too complicated to consider seriously now. That's because people are made up of too many atoms. Still, the technology opens a new era for communications with super fast and super secure computers expected in the next decade.
Well, the heads of the FBI and CIA are about to face congressional panels investigating what went wrong before September 11th.
We'll bring you details of their efforts and all of the day's top stories when we come back in 2 minutes. This is CNN Headline News.
Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down.
Authorities called a couple who claims Anthony robbed kidnappers. He calls them mom and dad. As a shocking case comes to trial, Anthony defends his alleged abductors. On Larry King Live, CNN Tonight, 9.
There you go.
Tonight on Newsnight, we'll mark the 30th anniversary of the Watergate break-in. Carl Burnett joins us talking about Keith Gross, all the president's men, and the story of his life. Hours 2. That's Newsnight, CNN, tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern Time.
Happy birthday, Lexi.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Lexi. Happy birthday to you.
Dad, turn that light off. Hi. You're 1 year old, baby doll.
1 year old today. Yay.
A year ago, your mommy was in the hospital scared to death.
Yep, that's right. That's right. It all worked out.
Hey, baby girl.
Are you awake yet?
See, yep, I'm gonna keep you awake now.
It's okay. Lexi.
You gonna look at the camera?
Lexi.
She's in a good mood.
Yes, she is.
Lexi.
Since that light's so bright. Hey, Lexi.
Hey, baby girl.
Hey. Good morning, sunshine.